whispers grew harder. She don't belong. But I fell at his feet and I wept on them there. The oil was costly, precious to give, but the worth of my tears is the life that I live. At his feet my shame was washed out, tears of my soul with oil outpoured. Yes, not remembered for the sinner I was, but forgiven all at the Savior's feet. All sins forgiven at the Savior's feet. The jar that I held was all I could give, a vessel of faith for the Savior who lives. The fragrance of oil, the tears made it whole, together preparing him body and soul. The oil was costly, poured at his feet, but tears of my soul made surrender complete. At his feet my shame was washed out, tears of my soul with oil outpoured. Yes, not remembered for the sinner I was, but forgiven all at the Savior's feet. All sins forgiven at the Savior's feet. The oil and the tears rose together as one, a fragrance of heaven for God's saving Son. Not riches or crowns, but surrender that saves, a love poured out to prepare him for the grave. The oil was costly, a gift from my hand, but my tears held the fragrance that heaven had planned. At his feet my shame was washed out, tears of my soul with oil outpoured. Yes, not remembered for the sinner I was, but forgiven all at the Savior's feet. All sins forgiven at the Savior's feet. The gift of your heart is the treasure he seeks, for tears of surrender are fragrance that speaks. Not silver or gold, but the soul laid down true, the worship of heaven he longs for in you. The oil was costly, a treasure untold, but my tears were the fragrance that readied his soul. At his feet my shame was washed out, tears of my soul with oil outpoured. Yes, not remembered for the sinner I was, but forgiven all at the Savior's feet. All sins forgiven at the Savior's feet. For the oil was pure, the tears made it whole, one fragrance of heaven from the depth of my soul. The oil clung to my hair as Christ clings to my soul, a sweet fragrance of heaven divine. a treasure untold. But my tears were the fragrance that readied his soul.